Good morning, everybody. We're Team D presenting our workshop for South Bank. Don't be a tool, use a tool. Use G Suite. Our objective is to make this transition to G Suite as smooth as possible. We know changes are challenging, so we want to help them to see it as useful as we do. We want to show you the tool's potential and opportunities, showcasing common situations where you can relate and learn. Workshops for teams in the same geographic area and different position levels will apply. This workshop will be powered by Zoom. Following with our content, we'll look into the G Suite usage with different tips and tricks for each application, business applications and best practices as recommended, and following by regulations and limitations, KPIs and goals, and including expert testimonials and research and optimizations, and how the usage of the G Suite can benefit your results. For the materials, as mentioned, we'll be doing an online meeting through Zoom. Members should have their Google accounts arranged by the day of the workshop. A slide deck will be prepared with concrete situations and practical examples, and a shareable manual will be provided for the staff to come to as needed. As for the dynamics, we'll be having our South Bank leaders doing a brief introduction of their teams. The Google Customer Experience representative will walk us through the functions and tools of the suite. Hoping to encourage some curiosity, we'll give plenty of time to play with these tools. Keeping in mind we'll be close by in case of any doubts comes up. Next, we'll create teams for them to solve a problem using the tools. And lastly, while closing the workshop, the CTO will thank the Google Customer Experience representative as we'll explain the forecasted benefits of adopting the G Suite. For results, we expect to identify clear situations where the G Suite will solve communication problems, finding the resistance while settling real situations and how it would improve them, and finally, identifying the possible risk while doing this transition.
Participants, this change of technology will require a series of workshops so we can onboard all the members of our team. For this first workshop, SoftBank CTO, as a leader of this technological change, and up to 3 top and middle manager members per country will be participating. Google CX representative and our Google business partner will be presenting G Suite opportunities and dynamics during the workshop. And a facilitator will be leading all the activities and ensure the workshop match our expectations. Some roles during the workshop will be co-facilitator's role. Together with our workshop facilitator, Google team members will help with the development of the dynamics, and HR will help involving SoftBank members before our meeting. Problem owner role. In this case, the CTO who will define the challenge for this session. And finally, IT team will be helping with the logistic task. Potential risks. This workshop has been taught to match our objectives, but it's important to have in consideration these possible outcomes as potential risks. Some participants and posterior team lack of interest in applying these new tools, partially adopting them, or even the no adoption by detractors would affect the impact of the improvement of communication. The challenge of reach all our members across their countries also should be considered. Future local meetings with Google team should be useful to address particular problems. And finally, as in every change of technology, we must back up processes in order to reduce loss of information during the implementation. Now I want to know your doubts and questions about the content of this workshop and next steps. Thanks.